For the second straight year, we at ABS-CBN Sports are proud to deliver to you our exclusive coverage of the men's volleyball tournament of the UAAP. We are greeting you from the arena in San Juan City as the #1 Far Eastern University Tamaraos, a finalist in last year's tournament, take on the #4 De La Salle University Green Archers. Thank you for joining us on Studio 23. I'm Anton Rojas, joined by Mosey Ravena. Mosey, welcome back.
Oh, good day everyone, and ito na, exciting, coming back to the Final Four Men's Division pa. Thank you, Anton.
It should be an explosive day of volleyball here in the men's division kasi dito sa men's division ng UAAP, we see near impossible digs, thunderous blocks, and high-flying spikes. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that because we have the winningest team in men's volleyball history in the form of FEU, and the team that is back in the Final Four for the second straight year, De La Salle.
That is so correct, Anton. Yung #1 team natin with, I think, with about 24 championships to their name. And Coach Sammy Akailar of DLSU just too happy that his very young team made it into the Final Four.
And he looks to have a great season, but he has to defeat the FEU Tamaraos in 2 games because the Far Eastern University Tamaraos have a twice-to-beat advantage. As we take a look at the team standings here, FEU finished at the top, 12 wins, 2 defeats. Right below them, UST 11-3, Adamson and La Salle tied at 9-5. But because Adamson had a superior quotient, La Salle went down to #4.
That's right, Anton. You know, in the men's division, it was a close fight among 6 schools with FEU, UST, Adamson, and finally DLSU getting the 4th slot. Unlike dun sa women's division natin, more or less, you kind of knew that La Salle was going in. Pero dito sa men's division, hardly fought. In fact, NU was second in the first round and not making it into the Final Four after the second round.
FEU actually started the season with 5 straight wins before losing back-to-back to Adamson University and UST. But since then, FEU has won 7 straight games, and they will go up against De La Salle University, a team that gave them a hard time in their first 2 elimination round meetings. Let's talk about the first round meeting. It was the first game to open up season 74 here in the men's tournament, and La Salle actually won the second set of that game. It was a 4-setter in favor of last year's finalist FEU.
That's right. Again, no expectations in that game for Coach Sammy Akailar. He said that the first round really went bad for him as team in this game. But they won a set, as you've said. In the second set, they were able to take that one. But FEU was just so strong offensively. That's why they took this game against DLSU. As you will see, the spike score of FEU, 56 spikes in that game, only 39 for Ateneo. That's 17 spikes. Diba? More for FEU. That's why they were able to take that one. Pero nakisabay naman sa blocks ang DLSU in that game. So, you can see na yung DLSU, in spite of being a young team, imagine ito, no veteran in this team for Coach Sammy. Pero in the end, they were able to at least take a set in that first round meeting.
Exactly. When you compare the 2 lineups for both these teams, FEU and La Salle, FEU pretty much an intact lineup. The only key player gone from their first 6 last year, Nestor Molate, while La Salle lost a lot of key players like Emilio Lee, their team captain Chris Macasaet, and their setter Samuel Luby. So malaking pagkawala para sa kupunan ni Coach Sammy Akailar, but they still managed to make it back to the Final Four. Second round meeting happened at the first day of the month, and it was a much more competitive game. FEU gave La Salle gave FEU a difficult time, actually leading 2-1 in that second round meeting.
That's right, Anton. And according, again, because it's a young team, yung work in progress. That's why Coach Sammy said in the second round, nagulat siya because the players were parang nag-level up. They went a notch higher and they were playing really well in the second round. That's why here against FEU, the #1 team in this season, they were able to stretch it into 5 sets and even leading it 2-1 until FEU again, because of their offense, as you can see, 67 more spikes, 67 spikes for FEU and 51 only for DLSU, was able to win it. Pero ang pinakamalaking advantage again ng DLSU is their organized blocking. As you can see here, 9 more blocks for DLSU compared to the only 11 blocks produced in that second meeting by FEU.
Actually, LaSalle had a very good game despite the loss. 5 players were in double digits and they were led by their team captain, Maiko Antonio. Let's focus our attention right now, Mosey, on the players for FEU. They have been led all season long by their veteran middle and center hitter, si J.R. Labrador or Rodolfo Labrador Jr. And he is expected to step up big once again for FEU if the Tamaraws would like to make it back to the finals once again here in season 74.
You know, leading all scorers this season, Rodolfo Labrador Jr. has proven to be the foundation of FEU's offense. His consistency, accuracy, and versatility has become the focus of FEU's games. Look at the numbers of Labrador. And did you know that Labrador started as an open hitter siguro in the first 3 games of the first round eliminations for Coach George Pascua? Pero in the end, sabi niya mukhang mas maganda kung middle hitter dahil yung middle hitter nila wasn't making so much. So nagbaliktad ng position. This is how versatile Labrador is.
And Labrador was actually playing the middle and center hitter position last year, the same position that his coach George Pascua played during his playing years with FEU. Let's talk about his counterpart on the other side, the team captain of De La Salle University, itong si Maiko Antonio. A lot of weight on his shoulders this season, Mosey, considering the fact that the players I mentioned last year, the veterans, no longer with this team. So a lot of load on Maiko Antonio this year, but he has managed to lead his team back to the Final Four this year.
That's so true. And remember, Antonio is very young. I think he's just in his second year here in DLSU. But again, sabi nga ni Coach Hamid, playing with a big heart. And plus, utility siya, ha? So, parang minsan, usually you hear the numbers coming from open hitters, from middle hitters. So, this is another way of looking at volleyball. Utility ang #1 scorer nila for DLSU.
And Maiko Antonio scored 19 points in their second round meeting against FEU. Kaya lang, hindi sila nanalo in that game. He would like to change the fortunes of LaSalle this afternoon and defeat FEU for the first time in such a long time, because FEU has beaten LaSalle here in the tournament the past 5 meetings. Ang last panalo ng LaSalle, season 71 pa ng second round. So a huge mountain to climb for the Green Archers, but they are motivated to try and force a knockout game against FEU in the Final Four. Your final thoughts before we head into the game, Mosey?
Well, sinasabi mong yan, it's really when you make it. So this could be a De La Salle's game, but of course it will be a big game for them, knowing that it's a Final Four game. As you see on your screen, Coach Sammy Akailar really focused on this one. And again, sabi niya, he's just too happy to be here. But of course, they will take that shot.
In his 4th season as the head coach of De La Salle University, Sammy Akailar back in the Final Four. He will go up against FEU's George Pascua in his 8th season as head coach of FEU. This is our exclusive ABS-CBN sports coverage of the men's volleyball tournament of the UAAP. Don't go away. Keep it right here on Studio 23.